Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. All right, so we're gonna continue working on this mystery box junk journal. I got a mystery box in the mail from Norway and was super excited to open up all the fun goodies so that I could make a junk journal out of it. So that's what we're doing. I went ahead and took all the ephemera and things and kind of grouped them together in size. And so kind of made myself a little bundle there in the first basket, and then smaller things in that smaller little box. And then these were the die cuts, or a lot of the die cuts, not all of them, that I couldn't. I just kept them together and they're off in the front of me. So what we're going to do today is start decorating, which is always the most fun part. And I thought about skipping this first page because it was kind of intimidating me a little bit because of the window from the envelope, but I decided to go for it. And yeah, so really, I'm just picking and choosing all the fun goodies that are available to me and using some of those scraps that I kept from cutting down the pages to be the right sizes. Um, and I'll go ahead and use those to make a collage. So I'm just trying to find something that's going to work here as kind of like my main focus, and not really finding anything. So I went to the smaller pieces. Found this. This was something when I was originally looking through the whole box from the very get-go. It says Destination Adventure, that little pinkish coral colored tag. And I knew that I wanted that somewhere in the beginning, maybe on the cover. Maybe I messed that up. Originally, I had thought about putting that on the cover, but I could easily stamp that out on the cover or do something. But I wanted that to be kind of the main focus from the get-go of this journal, because I feel like it's going to be an adventure, this journal. So that's kind of where my head was at. So I wanted to make sure that that was somewhere on this page. And then I found some other little just blank things, and then some travel type postage stamps that she had stamped out for me. So went ahead and turned those into a quick little collage of kind of pinks and blues and purples. I'm really looking at the next page behind that window as a purple piece of paper, and that was kind of helping me figure out what color scheme I was going for on this. But I just kind of went with it. Found this perfect little die cut frame and decided to put that down in the bottom left there. And then now I got to figure out what to put in the middle of that to be on in the frame. And so I thought, oh, these wax seals, maybe those would be good. And that's the cameo. And that was my favorite one of the wax seals. So I thought, okay, well, I really like that one, but let me try the others just to make sure. And decided I wanted the cameo. I thought that one looked the best. The colors are colors I wouldn't normally put together, red with pink and purple and stuff, but I don't know. I think it works just fine. And so now I'm going to focus up at the top and just trying to think of what else I could put with that to kind of keep it so that I still see the aqua color piece, but do more than just the two things. And I kind of struggled, honestly. I was trying to come up with something, and then I found this little piece of yellow painted paper scrap that was left over. So I thought, oh, that might work. So I went ahead and put those down, and then the envelope that I glued down initially, that I did as a tuck spot, and it also is an envelope, but I'm going to come back and I'm not going to do completely everything because I want to keep this journal for myself, and so I want to make sure that there's still room and places for me to add to it for my own, personal journaling sessions and stuff. So but for right now, that's good for the front page of it. And so now I'm just going to move on to the next page. The back side of that envelope was just plain white, so I wanted to cover that with something, and I decided to do a collage, I guess, of those book pages that she had sent over. I think that'll be a common theme too. There's quite a few blank white pages throughout the journal, and so I'll go ahead and use that as much as I can, and do kind of like a collage of these book pages in those instances. And they're perfect for this because they're very thin, and so they're not going to bulk up the journal too much, but they're going to be really great backgrounds. Okay, so now I gotta figure out what to do in that little spot up in the left corner. I decided to continue with the book page on the left, and then I'm gonna use that little strip of aqua colored painted paper to go across the top. I don't know why I decided to do that. I just didn't really have a thin strip of the book page, but I already had a thin strip of that aqua paper, and I knew because it was double-sided, it had paint on both sides, the aqua would show through on the other side through the window of the envelope. So I don't know. I just went with it, I guess. And I think it looks fine. But then I thought I needed to kind of do another collage up there to kind of finish that out, but I'll come back to that. First, I had pulled this die cut out, and I thought, how perfect would that be on that purple page? It would be a really cool thing to see through the window of that envelope. So I'm just going to glue this down, and I feel like I'll come back and add more. Yeah, and then I didn't put it down in quite the right spot. So unfortunately I got glue on the paper, and then I moved the whole thing over, so I had to kind of mess with that a little bit. Hopefully it won't show after it dries. But I really like how that looks. And yeah, so I was trying to think, okay, what am I going to put on the inside of this? I thought about some kind of a label underneath that. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out what I might want to do there. And in the end, it wasn't really coming to me. So I'll probably have to just come back later. Yeah, I played around with a few different things. I do love that, but I didn't like how it was just kind of sticking out part way. I kind of like those pages where when you open them up, it's kind of a surprise to see what's behind that door. Um, and the wider piece, the journey piece, was just a little too wide for that. So I'll use that somewhere else. I found this little paper clip. I thought that was really fun, and that's going to stay there. Yeah, I'm really thinking about it. And I thought, well, maybe I can find something to clip up into that paper clip and just have that there. And so I found that Mona Lisa stamp, which you'll see in just a minute. I thought about that for a minute. Yeah, the BE too, but then I'm thinking I might use that on the cover somehow. I don't know. My brain's all over the place at this point. Really trying to find something. Here I found the Mona Lisa, and I do like that, but it wasn't quite what I had in mind. So, and I didn't really love how it was just kind of sticking out. I'll probably end up moving that paper clip somewhere else in the journal, honestly. But for right now, it's gonna stay there until I figure out what to do with it. So here we have another page that is just plain white. So I was trying to find something different to cover that with, and I had pulled this out as something to use for that purpose as well as that book. So I liked this side. The ink from the newsprint had smeared a bit, and for whatever reason, I really liked how that was looking, and so I decided to go ahead and use that piece for this. And again, it's just background, but I just think it adds a little bit of interest to the whole page there. So just gonna cover the background of this, and then I'll turn that little flap into a pocket. And we have a little visit from Oliver, and it looks like I really pushed him there, and I really promise I didn't. He tends to be a little jumpy, so I just kind of nudged him, and he made it look worse than it was, I promise. But he's a little bit of a drama queen, drama king. Okay, so back to this other side of the purple page, and those stamped doilies were just calling my name, and I was like, I gotta use one of them. And so I decided to go ahead and just go for it and put that one down there, and I'll go ahead and do another collage on top. So as I was putting that sewing machine down, I kept thinking of a picture that I had taken of my other cat, Sophie, when I was working in my crafts room in my old house, and how she was so cute. She was sitting on my table, and I had been sewing something, of course, because I'm always sewing something or whatever. I was making a journal, and it just was the cutest picture. So I thought, oh, I need to find that and print that out and put this on this tag. And so now I'm looking for my little printer. I have this, it's like I think a thermal printer. I'm not exactly sure, but it prints in black and white. It was, I got it off of Amazon, less than $30, probably even less than 25 or $20. I got it for my a Christmas present this last Christmas. I asked for it, and so it wouldn't have been that much money. So if you're looking for one, it's there. It's called a kids printer. It's geared towards kids, but I think they're really fun to put in my planner, especially because in my Hobonichi planner, I like to use a lot of colorful stickers or just stickers. And so having the colorful stickers with black and white pictures once in a while, I think is really fun. But anyway, I've read, and maybe it's true, I don't know for sure, but I've read that the picture doesn't last forever, because it's thermal, and it's like those thermal receipts that you might get, and eventually they fade. But I don't know. I hope not. And I figure it's in a book that's going to be closed, so it's not like there's going to be light exposure or anything. Sorry for sorry. He just always needs to be in my periphery in some way. You can't see it, but he is sitting off to the side, just next to me. But anyway, and so if you haven't seen Sophie in my videos, you may not. She just kind of stays off to the side. She doesn't really get involved. And she's not as pushy and persistent as Oliver is, but that's my girly Sophie. She's so cute. She's a tuxedo floof. And she does the blep thing all the time. Her little tongue just sticks out when she's happy. It just kind of sticks out, and that's usually an awful lot of the time. So she's pretty good. Pretty good kitty cat. So yeah, I found that strip of washi that had some flowers, and I was going to add a little label or something, but I didn't find what I was quite looking for there. And I know I have some smaller ones somewhere else, probably down in my craft room. So I'll go ahead and add that another time, or maybe I'll just put a date stamp or something on it and write about it. But I wanted to capture that while I was thinking about it. So here I'm on this next page, and gonna wrap it up pretty quick here. I didn't go too far on this video. I wanted to keep it a little shorter, but was trying to think of what to collage on this page, but then I decided, no, maybe I'll just keep it simple, and I turned it into a tuck spot. That way, the bottom of that page, I'll be able to add journaling to, and I'll be adding a journaling card inside that pocket at some point, maybe the next time I come back and work in the journal. So there was some glue on the back, showing on the back side of that destination adventure tag. And so I just wanted to do a quick little something to kind of cover that up and just kind of add a little something up there. So looking back through these littler pieces again, and found the thimble, and I was like, well, I got to put that on that other page somewhere. So decided to stick that one down there, and I'll come back to the other page in just a second and continue to look. I had found this. It was another kind of postage reference, and thought that would work well. and thought maybe that would work well, that other bigger one, but then I didn't like it for some reason, so I got rid of that. And then this is another she had stamped on paper for me. It's another postage stamp, and so I thought that would look good. And then I thought, well, I need something else, and remembered I had these this washi that's like little paint swatches almost, and it transitions from one color to the next color to the next. And so I thought that would be really cute to put kind of behind, and just to add a little bit something more vertically, since there was some empty space vertically. And so that'll be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today, and I'm excited to keep working on this journal. It's been so much fun already, the little that I've done, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.